Welcome back, YouTube pipe smokers. Mutton Chop Piper here. Well, today's video is going to be about showing you my pipe collection and my daily tobacco rotation. Now, I resisted doing a video like this because I felt like it was showing off, but I've had so many people ask me what type of pipes do I smoke, what kind of tobacco is in my tobacco rotation, that I felt like I needed to do a video. So that's what this video is about today. First, a little bit of housekeeping. My last video was entitled "The Truth About English Blends." It was pointed out to me that I sort of lumped every other tobacco that wasn't an aromatic into the English category, which was wrong of me. There are several categories that have English components to them. You have Virginia Periques, you have straight Virginias, you have Virginia Burleys, you have Balkans. So I have renamed that video "The Truth About Non-Aromatic Tobacco or Non-Aromatic Blends." The reason why I did that, the reason why I called it English blends is, in my mind, when I first started smoking pipes, anything that wasn't an aromatic, anything that wasn't sweet, was an English blend. That was wrong of me, but I kind of felt like maybe some of you out there that are new pipe smokers might assume the same thing. Besides, when you're first starting to learn how to smoke a pipe, at first I don't think you're really concerned about it being a Virginia or a Virginia Perique. You're concerned about trying to get, smoke a pipe without getting tongue bite or lighting it correctly. So, but I just wanted to correct that error, and I've done so. So let's move on. The jars that you see in front of you are full of tobacco that has been in those jars since 2003. 13 years of cellaring. Now, the names that are on the jars are not the actual names of the tobacco. I didn't like the names of the tobacco that I got to put in the jar, so I renamed them to fit the Lord of the Rings world. I'm a Lord of the Rings geek, so I figured this blend I'm going to call Pride of Buckland, this blend Old Toby, this blend Bree Leaf. But I just wanted to show you these jars that have got 13-year-old tobacco in them, and they are really good. I've tried them. I've been kind of sipping on them a little bit here and there, and boy, they are really good. They're really nice and smooth. Okay, let's move on to my pipe collection. Let me pan down here and I'll show you the first set. The first set is dedicated to non-aromatic blends. Anything that's not an aromatic goes into these pipes. And I'll name the pipes that I've got in this set, starting with this one. This one's an Amarelli. This is a Boswell. Now, I'm partial to Savinellis, so I've got quite a few of them. Savinelli, Savinelli, Savinelli. And this one it doesn't have a name, but I found it in an antique store that I walked into, and it was pretty cheap, and I bought it, and it's a pretty good smoker. This is one of two Falcons that I have. This pipe, I think it's Amaretti. It is the pipe that they gave you when you signed up for the 2015 Chicago Pipe Show slow smoking competition. And that's a really nice pipe. I couldn't believe it, that how nice that pipe was. Again, another Savinelli, Savinelli, Neptune, and then these two are Cobbs that I use to try out new blends with before I put them into one of my briar pipes. All right, let's move over to my aromatic pipes. I can't point because I'll just get a shadow on everything, so I'm just going to start with this one here, this one at this end, and then I'll just name them going that direction. Okay, so the first pipe you see here is my Radiator Pipe. whoops, sorry about that, Radiator Pipe. It is a Weeb Radiator Pipe, and boy, I tell you what, that's a good smoker. Nice and cool. All right, and then next to that is another Savinelli, a Sir Chacapo, another Savinelli, the second of my two Falcons. That one is an Icarus, another Savinelli, another Sir Chacapo, that one is a Summerler, Sir Chacapo, and Sir Chacapo. I'm sorry about the poor lighting. I did the best I could with what I had. I really like that pipe because that's Sir Chacapo, because it looks like there's wax pouring off of it. Looks like I might have gotten it back in the 1800s. And down here I've got my two cobs that I used to try out aromatic blends. Plus I've got two Cobbets, and I've got a Bilbo pipe made by Vaughn. These pipes were made back when the Lord of the Rings movies were being released. All right, those are my pipes. We'll move on to my tobacco rotation. So I'm going to pause the video here and I'll meet you over there. Okay, here is my daily tobacco rotation. Now, first I want to point out the cabinet that it's in. I built this cabinet, and it's made out of a substance called foam core, and it's really easy to cut and to paste or to glue together to make shelves or boxes. And let me show you how I made it. I made it to where it leans back. You see how it leans back like that? Why I did that is that way if I took a jar out and I got the tobacco out and I put it back, all I had to do is push it and it would go to the back of the cabinet, and the jars wouldn't fall out, or they wouldn't get shaken up if the house shook or if somebody ran into it. So it's a pretty secure little cabinet. Okay, let's go through the tobaccos that I have in my daily tobacco rotation one by one. First we have Mississippi River. Then Virginia Cream, it's a new one from GOP's. Russell Let's Firestorm. Drew Estates Central Park Stroll. Frog Morton Cellar. And Hearth & Home's White Knight. Okay, let's go down to the next section. This tobacco is I renamed Longbottom Leaf. This is my all-day smoker. It is a aromatic, and it's nice and creamy and smooth and sweet. The actual name of this tobacco is Clark's Mix. SmokingPipes.com has a brick and mortar store called Low Country Pipe and Cigar, and this is one of their blends. So when I smoked it, I couldn't believe how great it was, and no tongue bite, doesn't get hot. I can smoke it all day. The next one after that is Fusilier's Ration. Then the next one is Sleepy Hollow, and this is all the Sleepy Hollow I have left. A quarter of a jar. I have to wait till October to get more. Then there's McBaron's Old Dark Fired and Orlick's Dark Strong Kentucky. Now you'll see I have tobacco here and along here. These are just placeholders. They do have tobacco in them. Once I have that filled with tobaccos I want to smoke all day long, those will go into a box, and I'll just smoke those occasionally. All right, you might be asking how I did the stickers, or how I did the what some people have called stickers. But basically what I've done is I've taken a high resolution picture of the tin. Then I took that picture and I transferred it to my computer and used a Word program. It's like Microsoft Word, but it's actually Apple Pages. And I put it onto a Word document, sized it, and then printed it out onto photo paper. Then I cut it out, and then I glued it to the jar. Now the glue is a type of glue that it will stick to the jar, but if I want to put something else in that jar, all I got to do is peel off the sticker and put something else into it. Now I also put one on top of each jar. So if I wanted to store the jar like that, then it would be, I'd still know it's in that jar. Again, I'll go through that one more time. Took a high resolution picture of the tin, transferred that picture to my computer, used a Word program, sized it, printed it out on photo paper, cut it out, and then glued it to the jar. All right, well, that's it for now. That's my pipe collection, and that's my daily rotation of tobaccos. So I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, I want to wish you and your family happy piping.